Ladies and gentlemen, boils and goyles, it is time to magic the gathering. It is time. What do I even want to do today? Well, here's the thing. I have been doing a lot of Jeskai. I have an Azorius counterspell deck that's actually pretty good. But there was a request put in, and I want to explore the wondrous world of Golgari. The wondrous world of Golgari. Let's go ahead and fix that sweet audio, huh? Part of me is interested in Golgari because of, obviously, there were some new things put in here. How does Cheville work? How does Cheville work again? You gain 3 life and draw 1 card. Interesting. Now, this is an interesting little thing to deal with if you are playing against some kind of Rakdos sacrifice deck. Force them to sack early and often. That's kind of interesting. That's a really interesting little one. Actually, what are the Golgari gold cards? Oops, in Ikoria. Cheville, what's this one? Spent, return a pair of permanents. Do you even ply gifting 10 on our fine day? Oh, Boneyard Lurker. Ooh, yeah. Yes, Skull Prophet. That's a pretty tight one. Sort of ramp Golgari. Back for more is an instant. Like that one. Hey, do you even ply? Thanks for gifting us 10 on this fine Tuesday. Gavoth the King says, hi Sean, hope you're doing well today. I've been working on a Bant Zerta deck with a bunch of adapt creatures. Kinnan, Fiend Artisan, Kenrith, and I'd love to get your opinion. Oh yeah, let's talk about that today. Let's chat a little bit about that. Oh yeah, Fiend Artisan. You can sack search your library for converted mana cost X or less. Hey, Vwam! A regular, gift in 5, starting it all again. Destroy a non-land permanent. If Abzan was spent. Okay, so this is just destroys any non-land permanent. Wow, I have no Jungle Hollows. That's actually so funny. BioQuartz Space Godzilla. Oh yeah, this is the one that you can endlessly cast from the grave. That's pretty good. You know, there's actually not as many Golgari gold cards that help us. But let's actually look at the mix of green and black. Squanto Tonto, gifted 5. Hey, Squanto Tonto. Civil Pain says, love you day 9. You are a genuinely amazing person, just like I'm sure Chad is. Yeah, do we have a wonderful, wonderful community here? Gavoth the King. Generally, conversationally is the best way to do it, because I'm pretty much never going to look at a deck list on air, because, you know, we're showtiming, baby. We're doing that good, sweet show. Lewis Piper 93 says, hi, Sean. First time chatting. First time chatting you life. And it's my birthday. Happy birthday, Lewis Piper 93. Managed to remember to submit to What the Deck. For once as well. So this is my week, I guess. He got it. Oh my god, Morniel, the king of macaroni. Oh, let's see here. Let's take a peek at some of the interesting Golgari ones. See, like, Serrated Scorpion, the ability to cast this from the graveyard. Pretty nice. Very nice little pinger. I have no idea what a good Golgari graveyard-looking deck would look like, to be clear. Call of the Death Dweller has proven really effective. Proven very, very effective. For any of you who don't know, here's the guy. Lurrus of the Dream Den is the guy right now. This is the guy. This is it. There is a Rakdos Sacrifice deck. Let me actually just talk about that briefly, because I think it'll probably provide some ample inspiration. There's a Rakdos Sacrifice deck that runs things like Serrated Scorpion. When it dies, it pings you for 2. It obviously runs the cat. There we go. Yeah, it obviously runs the cat, which pings you for a little bit. It also runs the Priest of the Forgotten Gods to also ping you for a little bit. And then with Lurrus, you can just bring some of these bad boys back from the graveyard and get extra ping a Ring of Deuce. It's a very kind of basic looking deck that just happens to keep pinging and keep pinging and keep pinging. So when I look at the Golgari things, especially this Cheville is a kind of hilariously apt answer to these kinds of cat decks. Look at this. If your opponent controls no permanents with bounty counters on them, put a bounty counter on target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Whenever a permanent an opponent controls with a bounty counter on it dies, you gain 3 life and draw a card. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. And we're really interested in running Golgari purely because we like Golgari. That's it. I don't actually think that this is going to be good. You know, and especially when a set comes out, I don't give a damn about goodness or quality, man. I just want to do some fun stuff. Oh, yeah, Desprout. I remember how much I love Desprout. I even remember this card. Polukranos is pretty good. Should we put in maybe a pair of Polukranoses, huh? What's the 5-mana guy? Underrealm Lich? Jesus, a zombie elf shaman. Oh, there are just goods in Golgari, man. There are just some goods here. Oh, yeah. Moro for the Wences. I usually think of Golgari as more super grindy value town. Yeah, hell yeah. Cheville, Bane of Monsters, just grinding it out, grinding it out. What's Call of the Death Dweller is the name of it? Yeah, maybe put in a pair of these things. This is a pretty reasonable one. Fiend Artisan. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Fiend Artisan has to be in this list, right? It gets +1/+1 for each creature card in the graveyard. Sack another creature, search your library for a creature card. So we'll probably need some sack targets. Let's see. Golgari Fiddly Bits. So, I guess we want the Scorpion. Like, if we're going to be bringing dudes back from the dead, right? Serrated Scorpion is a absolutely excellent 1-drop. I don't even actually understand what would be my goal with this deck, though. Like, I mean, we have cards that I can play literally, but I don't even know what I'm trying to do. Like, Vraska is a very good card, so I mean, I guess I'll put in Vraska. 3 of her seems absolutely reasonable. Yeah, probably Lurrus is a fine one to have. Polukranos, probably. Pair of this fucking guy. Yeah. For any of you who have not seen this, I've played against this list enough that I think I can actually probably just build it. So, Rakdos, oops. Right here. Rakdos, Lurrus. Here is the deck. You put this in, yes. You now have Lurrus as a companion. So what are the Rakdos cards that you put in? Well, you put in 4 Croxas, 4 Cats, 4 Ovens, 4 Scorpions. I've been seeing Whisper Agents in these things. I believe it runs 22 land, Dreadhorde Butcher, and then we have the Priest, and then we have did I put Crocs in already? I put Dreadhorde Butcher in already. Have I put in Claim the Firstborns? Nope, Claim the Firstborns. And then there is Rixmati Reveler, and then we put the fuck is the name of that card? The Summoning of the Dream Doodle. Summony Boney of the Green Doodle. Call of the Death Dweller, there it is. There's like a pair of these. I'm messing something up, but I'm nearly nailing it. Got the Butcher in there. Let me just take a peek here. I am now net decking. I know I almost have this list like perfect. There's something that's a 4 of that should be a 2 of, and a 2 of that should be a 4 of. Cauldron, Dreadhorde, Croxa, Priest, Scorpion, Whisper Squad. Yep, and then 2 Rixmati Revelers. I nailed it. Oh, that's right. Here's what I did wrong. Myers Grasp. And also, it's 23 land, not 22. I was really close. Huh? And then the side. So this is the shell of the deck. This land isn't correct. I mean, the land would almost certainly run just like all the usual tap shock stuff, and then probably like, I don't know, 1, 2. I'll have the list right here. How many does this run? Runs 4 Fabled, 4 Blood Crypt. Yeah, super straightforward. So it's like lock. We run a pair of these. We run 7 Swamp, 6 Mountain, and then we run the fuck is the name of the damn shock land? I am so bad with Blood Crypt. I've been playing with these cards for years, and I don't remember them at all. Fabled Passage. 4 of these to fill up the grave. 2 castles, 6. Yeah, good. The numbers are correct. Yeah, so like, what? What the hell is my thing beeping at me for? Leave me alone. Sorry about that noise. Yeah, so this is a very innocuous looking little deck, and it's just the best. This deck is actually just an absolute crusher. You'll notice we have essentially no tap lands, so we're not running the Temple because we don't really need a Scry. The reason this deck is so strong is that obviously if you get Cauldron Familiar with Witch's Oven, you can just get multiple pings, which is very strong. Serrated Scorpion is quite a substantial pinger. It's quite a good pinger. Is Rakdos Lurrus outperforming Orzhov Lurrus? Currently, yes. Whisper Squad looks, again, pretty innocuous, but you just keep summoning more dudes to the battlefield, and it's increasingly very difficult to block all the 1/1 damage. So again, imagine a Whisper Squad, 2 Cauldron Familiars, and a Serrated Scorpion. If you attack with all 4 of those, you're going to get like 3 damage in, 2 damage in, even if they get blocked. Dreadhorde Butcher is a really nice value card. If your opponent plays some early creature to block, okay, well, I'll claim the Firstborn, and then I'll sacrifice it to the Witch's Cauldron. So claim the Firstborn is actually a very efficient removal spell. Absolutely smacks Uro. So this is a very this is the big tippy toppy poppy deck. And you know, I'm actually going to play one single best of one with it, just to sort of showcase it, because our overall goal is to build a Golgari list that's a little bit more about stabilizing. I have to sit on this pillow. Getting a little bit of the piriformis tension, which is another way of saying I got that tight butt. Look at how incredibly slight this deck is. It's just slight deck. Or slight edges. Just a little ping here, a little ping there. Would not surprise me if we are up against, very quickly, claim the firstborn. But, again, note, we can now play this out. Ta-da! And if they discard a non-land card, cool. If they discard a land, though, pings them for another 3, right? Very slight. Just ping, 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 ping. Yep, so there's... And at this point in time, it starts to become clear where all the advantage is coming from. We'll see what Ken83 does. See, like right now, my bin is starting to get full of some of these early must-remove creatures. Fabled Passage starts to become a relevant graveyard card. We can use the Whisper Squad to go a little wide. I mean, talk about an unbelievably uninspiring looking card. And it's very good. It's like very good. Oh, it's a flash deck. Hilarious. See, look at how unbelievably innocuous looking, and yet how obnoxious the Whisper Agent is. So the thing that we were talking about theoretically before, we're getting to just see in practice very clearly now. I swing with everything. Can't block them all. So I feel like this is, as I'm trying to build this Golgari deck, I feel like I need to have an answer for this kind of Rakdos sacrifice deck. Chevil's kind of interesting. Cheville is definitely kind of interesting. Maybe we should do a slightly slower, slightly thicker Golgari deck. I like that. I like the look and sound of that. See, look at this. I now get an army of Whisper Agents out. Oh, we got our All-Star. Okay, so let's see. Seems like a reasonable turn as any to play a Dreadhorde Butcher. Swing in with everybody. Hey, Tetroons. Tetroons gifting. A lucky number 13 worth of Subaronis. Acid Tadpole for 5 months. As greatest game streamer. Been watching you since your first Fun Day Mondays. Keep it up. Your content's really appreciated. Hell yes. Man, I'm proud of those Fun Day Mondays, man. That was some good stuff. I think this is a good target as any. Right? Yeah, Gyruda decks I don't actually think are Starlit Mantle. You got it. So here is what's so disgusting. Again, getting in for limited amounts of pings. And right now, imagine this guy couldn't be cast from the graveyard. Imagine this guy couldn't be cast from the graveyard. Imagine these guys couldn't pull their buddies out of the deck. We would have an empty hand, and we would not have even been able to get our opponent past 8. But now, because I can cast this fun fellow from the graveyard, I get another big play. Because now if one of these dies, I can play Lurrus. And then I can cast this again from the graveyard. There's all sorts of little tiny extra few turns worth of damage this Rakdos Lurrus deck can pull off. And for that reason, it's a very popular deck. So I tend to like slower decks. Just because I like making big things. Let's go ahead and go to 26 land, because why not? Do you even ply? Not to be outdone. Gifts 10. Hey, Tetroons, and do you even ply? Thank you. Thank you for starting us off with a little bit of support today. He said for winning the game. Oh shit, I better win then. Oh god. So let's see. Maybe we don't even run the Serrated Scorpion. Maybe we just try to run. We can get a Glow Spore Shaman. We have the Molder Hulk. I don't know, do we run a bunch of these? Do we even need this Glow Spore Shaman? Probably. This gets bigger as a result. Let's see. Mythos of Nethroi. What does that do? Nethroi. This doesn't really help us because we can only. It's a 3-mana kill a creature, which does not really help us. How the hell do I even want this deck to work? I'm unsure about these 12, actually. I'm unsure about a lot of this. Because, like, kind of what I want to do is I kind of want to say, yeah, screw the graveyard interaction, man. Look at Cheville, it's drawing. We can put in Cry of the Carnarium, pair of these, and even put in 2 more in the sideboard for the cat matchups. This stays alive versus that. Get this stupid Molder Hulk out of here. This guy just screams, you need to be able to destroy shit. Well, everyone knows my favorite card's Assassin's Trophy. I mean, this is certainly my favorite card in Standard. Or I should say, it has been, on average, my favorite card in Standard for a while. Like, I just love this. I just love this so much. So right now we're just kind of doing, like, Golgari control-ish stuff. Heartless Act. I think we'll want 2 of these. Heartless Act is better. This is Brundy, man. To be clear, Assassin's Trophy is amazing because it hits everything. Enchantments, lands, planeswalkers, creatures, artifacts, and like everything. Every single permanent it hits. The problem with Heartless Act is, in general, this struggles with enchantments and planeswalkers because it literally can't target them. But it also has a little bit of anti-synergy with Cheville, because this puts a bounty counter on a creature, and then I cannot Heartless Act because it's destroy target creature with no counters on it. I do believe, though, 2 is still very, very good. I think 2 is still very, very good. Myrtle Goose Rider's probably fine. Maybe a pair of these is still good. Death Sprout? Fuck, man. Destroy target creature, search your library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield, tap and shuffle your library. Woo! Ninja Parsnip says, how important is the difference in converted mana cost between Heartless Act and Rider? The difference between 2 mana and 3 mana instance is extraordinary. It is an extraordinary difference. And it's interesting because turn 2 and turn 3, you'll feel like there is some difference. On turn 2 and on turn 3. But the real reason why 2 mana is better than 3 mana is when you're trying to cast 2 things in 1 turn. If I'm on turn 6 and I draw a Vraska, I can play the Vraska and have Heartless Act up. It allows you to do sort of 2 things at once. We could also put in Agonizing Remorse. I mean, there's the usual ones that we like. Casualties of War. Generally, when you're doing this, it implies that you have ramp and want ramp, because this is fucking pricey. Yeah, do we maybe want Migration Path? I mean, I love ramp in general. Alright, so Soot. So 3 of these seems fine. So now, 3-drop slot seems a little light, and win conditions that are juicy seems... oh yeah, Thought Distortion this side. Fuck yeah. Are you kidding me, man? Alright, so... Liliana, please. I insist. What are some return permanents? Maybe we don't even need that, but I feel like if I really want to be Golgari-ish. Nethroy, we don't have white, so we can't do that. Find Finale. Oh, yeah. This is 2 target creature cards. Oh, it's not permanents. Ah! Golgari Find Broker is so slow and so sweet. Dude, this Monster's Advocate. It like just doesn't really do anything for us. Crap. Plain-wide Celebration. That's kind of interesting. Garruk is one of my favorite cards, but this only destroys creatures. Mythos of Brokos. We can't really run any Mythos because all the Mythos are 3 colors. And we're just trying to do pure Golgari. Battles Reborn still in? I miss it. I miss it. See, return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Let's see. Well, Timrak Calls the Dead. I don't actually have any graveyard interaction right now except for this guy. Let's look at Planeswalker. No, let's not do that. Let's go use our awesome utility and filter by Planeswalker. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love a Vivian? Or Anissa, excuse me. I feel like I'm not really able to, like, okay, if I wanted some big endy threats. Yeah, I think that Garruk Cursed Huntsman is probably a thing I'm gotta do. Garruk. So let me note something that is a substantial consideration. How do I deal with a deck that runs 4 Claim the Firstborns? You know, a simple way to deal with it is not to run any 3-mana creatures. Not to run any 3-mana creatures. Sylvanas' Beanstalk Giant. There it is. That's a very nice one. Nice. Nice. So we can actually reference... Get out of here. We can actually reference the excellent deck from Piotr Głogowski, who ran 3 Beanstalk Giants in his Cat Sack deck. Is Lurrus good enough to main board? Nope. We only have this or this that can come back. Feels targetable while claiming the Firstborn? Sure. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to minimize the threat. Well, what I don't want is like a Lovestruck Beast that can then smash me for $1 billion. Maybe don't want 3 of those. What about the giant that sweeps the board? It's double white. Double white. We Golgari mid-range. We're sort of a control-ish Golgari. I think what I want is another big one. Clackbridge Troll would be hilariously terrible in this deck. Hilariously. Look, at the beginning of combat on your turn, any opponent may sacrifice a creature. If a player does, tap Clackbridge Troll, you gain 3 life and you draw a card. Like, imagine all those 3/0/1 goats that are then fodder for the sacrifice-based decks. Like, and you know, I think what I actually like here is an Ugin. I think I like an Ugin. It lets us destroy a permanent that's 1 or more colors, so we can get some of the enchantments that our opponents have. Bolas's Citadel. What do I think about Bolas's Citadel? It's turning into Golgari Super Friends? Man, fuck yeah. Karn shuts the Lurrus deck down hard. Does it? I don't really see how it does. I mean, they can't use the oven. You know what? I like Planeswalkers. Could do, yeah, something like that. I mean, there's a lot of 6 drops, but that's fine. Alright, let's actually do land now. Alright, it's time for some Golgari action. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Temple of 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I even care about Fabled Passages here? Do I have enough space for Interplanar Beacon? Do I have enough space for this? Is this actually useful here? I mean, we technically do have 8 Planeswalkers. I'm just gonna be a basic person. What are some other tight lands, huh? Some cool, tight, non-swamp, non-forest lands. What are just like the tightest lands you know? Nice. Okay. Oh god, it's so long. How many lands do I have right now? Something like that. Something like this looks fine. I don't want too many untappers. Extinction Event. Choose odd or even. Exile each creature with the converted mana cost to the chosen value. Yes, yes, yes. Gyruda decks are a pain in the ass. Would I run 4 of these? Maybe, yeah. Ooh. Durr. Durr. Casualt. Yeah, I don't quite have enough way to remove enchantments. Maybe another trophy. Bam. I don't know what the sideboard looks like right now. I want to play some Magic. Are you ready to play some Magic? Are you ready to play some Magic? That new Exile 3 enchantments cards. I'm not as Grafdiggers should be in all boards now. Acid Tadpole, I am sometimes like, fuck it, I'm just gonna run the extreme card hate. Looks good to me. Hey, why does Leyline of the Void not interact with Gyruda? Eats Metal says, what's the 4-mana 4/4 green trampler that destroys enchantments called? That is Gemrazor. Won't work in our deck because it procs on mutation. Essence Scatter, Mystical Dispute, Thirst for Meaning, Teferi, Time Revelary. Alright, great.
We will meet again.
Exile effects, still good. Exile effects, still good. Garruk is put onto the battlefield. Ah, it's a replacement effect. I see. First for Meaning. Discard an Omen of the Sea. So our opponent's playing a Yorion deck. Which means they have to begin with more than 80 cards in the deck. Why not? Slow this game down. Houdini's asking about Ikoria drafts. You know, let's just say on Thursday. Let's do drafts on Thursday. Just chill for a sec. All right. You'd love to see it.
Time to step out of the shadow. Everyone is expendable, except me.
Don't want to sack a thing. I think the answer is no. I think the answer is no. It's close. Perfect. C'est parfait. Moi. I think actually Casualties of War is very good here. Land enchantment creature. Blue-red, because our opponent is lowest on blue and red, so we can just get rid of those.
I've got time.
So now what do I wish to do? I can Liliana. I can Polukranos and Murderous Rider. I kind of like Polukranos, Murderous Rider.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Yeah, this is my kind of deck. Golgari is just a very Sean Plot experience. Let's get this one out. What now, huh? Ooh. All right. We have options, baby. I think this is going to be the best one.
This isn't your average zone. Good health is easy to find.
So now, if our opponent casts
Such violence is upsetting.
Shatter the Sky, we just draw 3.
Those who cannot perceive beyond meditate and prepare.
Maybe we only draw 1 now. Oh, at the beginning of your upkeep? Holy shit, Cheville sucks. Thought it was the end step. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Putrid, but effective.
Become card draw. This is actually too good not to do. This is just so good. This is so good. This is disgusting. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I mean, Teferi Plus into Shatter it's like it's the one thing. He's showing a Shatter Sky though. Yeah, that's why it's such a good play. Because Liliana gives me a card draw every time one of my creatures dies. That's why this is so good. Yeah, yeah, do you see how working out this is? Shit, that was just a good turn and a good experience all around.
Rise.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do this.
I leave dead bodies wherever I go. Ready to join them.
Feel free to counter.
Don't dwell on what's about to happen.
Alright, let's draw a bunch.
Death is enlightening.
Oh, I should have gotten rid of the Cry of the Carnarium. What am I doing? Have you played the Winota deck yet? I haven't, but that deck is bullshit, man. That deck is bullshit.
This isn't a fight you can win. There's nothing.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
They do say you can't take it with you.
Alright. Let's eat this.
This is hardly
I
my
won't
worst
forgive this.
defeat.
Alright. Really unsold on Cheville. He's got an animation, so you know, what are you gonna do? You can't say he doesn't have an animation. It's a cool animation, but... Alright. It's unclear if this deck is good, but this deck is certainly sweet. What's the Winota deck? You know what? Fra Ice, we're gonna build it. We're gonna build the Winota deck. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Oh my gosh, do you even implies continuing the Ritual of Gifting when we're winning. Farrakha's Libation or 2 work, that's actually a really good sideboarding suggestion, Silvos. I like that one. Even though green has historically better enchantment removal. Oh, actually, no. If I were wanting to run Farrakha's Libation, I would just run a 1-mana Thingaroo. Okay, so our opponent's going to be very cat-based, which is actually okay. One of the benefits of Golgari. Excuse me. I guess I do want to do this now if I want to reduce the damage. Excuse me. Golgari's always been so fun. Man, I love Golgari Jolka. I really, really love Golgari, like, a lot. Is my camera tilted? It sure is. Now I'm tilted. Oh, God, everything's tilting. Oh. No problem. Not quite 100% on this guy, but I do like Beanstalk Giant quite a bit. Cry of the Carnarium is just the ginnest gin card there ever were. Boom. Passion de Remembrance. So, I mean, we're going to take some pain here, but life is about pain. 1, 2, 3, 4. What does this thing do? Every creature you control dies, you're going to lose a life and you gain a life. Wow, holy shit, that's just like so much damage. So if we got board wept, we would die, huh?
I only pick targets that interest me. Lucky you.
Yeah, that's the correct one to get. Bing, bong, bang. One of the potential benefits of Cheville in this matchup is that I can actually...
Anyway.
Jungle Hollow. It's actually just so much damage. Bing, bang, bong, bang. So that just kills us, huh? Alright. The deadest that dead ever were. But I still think that's okay. I still think that's okay. We have some cries. We have some extinction events in here. Grafdigger's Cage, I don't feel like we really need when we're black. We have Cry of the Carnarium, which is like so good. Noxious Grasp, yeah, maybe. Noxious Grasp is pretty reasonable to have some copies of in there. Sure looks best of 3 like to me. I think this is best of 3 ready. Woo! I can't wait to show you guys this Winota list. It's really dumb. So Winota says if you attack with a non-human, look at the top few cards of the deck and put another card in, tapped and attacking. So you run token generators in the 1/2/3 mana slot. So then that way, when you hit to 4, you play Winota and swing, and then you bring out like Agent of Treachery and Kenrith and other such things. Graphics shuts off Winota. That is true. I don't know how good Winota is, though. Because, I mean, if Winota gets cast, I can just have an instant speed removal spell, which I will be chock full of, and I can just blow that up. Would you do me a favor and show me what you got? Oh, I know the card. You love to see it. I wonder if Decay Bear has enough basics in there. Yeah, come on out. Enter the battlefield, bruh. Yeah! There it is. Pain of the Party says, oh, I forgot Grafdigger stops pulling from libraries. Lol. Always saw it only for the graveyard. Hey, yeah, it's a nice little card. Oh! Nah, it's alright. Well, that sure doesn't help, huh? You know, it's as good a time as any. Kaboom. Time to commence the bonkening. Show them Power Hot Day 9. Well, the shirt helps, Grublo. The shirt's nice and tight. Why not? You know, land, creature, land. I'll take 2, but I can continue to commence the bing bongs. Alright, so we're just slowing the game down a bit, you know, slowing things down a little bit. Although Decay Bear does have more creatures and better shit. Need to exile 6 cards. I think I'm doing this and just continuing to smash. Damn, feels good at Casualties of Triome. Yeah, I think Casualties of War is actually so good still. I really think a Sultai list is going to be very good. Because you have these suppressing big things. Oh, damn, you got it. I thought the chances of our opponent hitting was going to be low. Temple of Malady. Let's give him a try. Let's give this clumsy guy a fair shake. Regardless, what's your take on everyone shitting their pants about companions? I mean, I would just wait a little bit. By the way, what is the Sultai Ultimatum? Sultai Ultimatum, I think just I look for some cards and you give me one. Sultimatum. Search the library for 3 monocolored cards with different names and exile them. Well, Jesus. The deck builds itself, huh? Builds a sideboard card, I feel like. Yeah, I don't even know how good it is against our little cat rat guys. want to attack. Look at this. He doesn't want to attack. I'm going to exile Polukranos. So I'm crazy.
Your form is loose.
What happened? What happened? Why did it go through my turn? What happened?
To open the mind, you must first...
I must interface my inner demons. Get me out of this game. Clicked on auto pass. Well, that's a big whoopsie-dupsie. Let's see. We don't want the Cry of the Carnariums or the Ritual of Soots. We don't really need those. Do we want Extinction Events? Certainly this. Certainly this. Wow, my sideboard does not look great for this. Actually, now it looks way better. Now it's looking better. Now we're looking pretty cool. Cheville Bane of Moss. This card blows, man. Why did I ever try to run Cheville? I burned wild cards on this idiot. God. You know, I'm going to try to put an Extinction Event. I saw Andrea Mengucci talking very highly of this. Curve looks a little stupid, but that's okay. You know, I like this meme of how I misspoke earlier, but it's actually, you know, I'm immune to losing. Like, losing just does not bother me that much, especially given my kind of ingrained knowledge that the only way that you really wind up figuring shit out is just time. You just do the time. Like, I'm not building this deck because I want to make sure I win this game. Like, I mean, I'm going to make what I will call a reasonable first pass attempt at that. But, like, you know, I'm not going to try to, like, really go into the tank and shit and, like, figure it out. Yet, Gem Razor just seems like it will be consistently subpar in this deck, due to the fact that I just don't have a lot of creatures. My deck also feels very expensive. I almost want cheaper do stuff cards. Okay. Alright, let's take a peek. A counterspell! My opponent boards in Mystical Disputes when I run no blue. There must not be a good sideboard plan for a kind of weird, not that great deck. And I wonder why. Mystic Dispute is a great sideboard card for Fires of Invention decks if they're up against a blue deck. Like a really, 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 really great one. Well, fuck. Oh. What a tease. The Assassin's Trophies are feeling a little clunky. I actually think I have too much removal. And not enough cards that just do shit. Yeah, I think I have too much removal here. I think it's just fine that this is happening. Does this work this way? Yeah, because I knew it wasn't quite showing it correctly. You got it.
Compassion and understanding.
I sense a -2 in my
above all
future.
else.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let's get that one out. Technically, I could Noxious Grasp, but I don't really feel... The Mystic Dispute strikes again.
Many paths lie before me.
Oh, fuck, it's not permanent. Exile each creature with converted mana. Alright, we're shame conceding. We're absolutely going to shame concede. No shame in shame conceding. There's no shame in that. Get this card the heck out of here. Let's look at, what was that gold card that was kind of neat? Skull Prophet, maybe? I just don't actually have that much graveyard interaction. I think I'd almost prefer a Paradise Druid. Gem Razor is essentially a no-go for this deck because we have hardly any creatures. Fiend Artisan, again, we have hardly any creatures, so it doesn't really synergize. We're very much so a super friendly deck. So here's what I'm actually thinking. I think I just want... You know, what I really want is a Paradise Druid. But because this card's new, let's just put him in there. Let's just put in the Skull Prophet, man. Why not? I really feel like we're a bit too thick to not have that. I think it will actually help substantially. I still have Chevelle as our image. The Yak Lives says, can you settle a dispute for me and Figbird? When I call you an off-meta garbage player, does it feel like I'm calling you a garbage player or just the weird decks that you play? I would describe it as it does come across pretty much strictly negative. However you want to parse it, it sounds like what you're trying to do is neg or jab at me. And I greatly appreciate you just simply saying, hey, when I say this, how do you react? My feelings aren't really hurt because I'm immune to, I think, most normal human reactions for things. Oh, probably not. Blue-black doesn't have cast in it, so let's get that out of there. And I think, like, the fact that... Oh, whoops. I gotta play my Skull Prophet. Here I am. Yeah, gloop, 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 gloop. Don't have removal spell. Don't have removal spell. The access noted, I'll only neg you on your choices of taco fillings from now on. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, man. There's way too many people that are just, you know, consistently supportive of that sort of stuff, and it's nice to have someone who's at least honest. Yeah, I'm going to play Polukranos on turn 3. This is kind of why I'm saying I think Sultai might just fit better, because we have the ramp in the form of Uro and Growth Spiral. And if I want to be running expensive shit, look. But, you know, now that I can swing for 9 on this turn, you know, it also feels pretty good. Blade GL says maybe replace Skull Prophet with Paradise Druid since it protects itself better. You know, it's funny you say that because we literally were like, we should run a Paradise Druid, but Skull Prophet is new. Perfect. Now this is certainly very cool. I just eat it.
You won't see the end. I guess today's your lucky day.
That's a lot of damage, man. That is like a ton of damage, actually. Now, I could have Beanstalk Gianted into Heartless Act, but this seems substantially toiter. Fuck. Wasn't Beanstalk into Heartless better tempo? No. It would definitely not be better tempo, because when we do the play that we did, we have 3 significant threats out, whereas if we did the other way, we'd have 2 significant threats out. The pain. Show me what you got. Thank God.
Fight on without me.
See, Sultai just has more ways to redraw. Because with Sultai, like, the best ramp tools, I feel like, are Uro and Growth Spiral. It's weird that Blue has the best ramp right now. So I'm harping on the word tempo, as it is just not a better tempo play, because tempo would imply that I am putting more presence on the board at maybe some of the expense of the other things. If I were to get the land out and then play the Heartless Act, you might say that this play, I think, has better long-term strength due to the fact that there is the... might have better long-term strength due to the fact that I can... You might have better long-term strength because I have the land out. Yeah, this guy sucks. Golgari just feels like it... Well, the thing I'm struggling with is I feel like I need more impact on each individual turn. Because I feel like, you know, I have some punchy impact, and then I just kind of, like, run out of juice, because my opponent is playing a large creature and drawing a shitload of cards. And I don't really have... Yeah, I mean, the ability for Sultai to draw. I mean... If we ran Nissa, what we really want is a card that can use the mana of this. Shit, wait, does my opponent now have enough in the grave? Whoops. Whatever. Why not use Heartless Act instead of Trophy? Heartless Act doesn't kill it. So I wanted to kill it. I wanted to kill it. Some Cycle and Reanimation could work. I think that I might need to go more down the creature route. Oh shit, I didn't tap this guy at end of turn. Because I was talking. Ah, fuck. Ah. See, like, Garruk Cursed Huntsman is a card that's actually, like, doing stuff. It's summoning multiple threats. It's letting me draw. ADHD says, oh, it only removes 3 counters. Thought it removed all. Let me just double check. Yeah, it does remove just 3. Because my memory was 3, but my memory has been a filthy, dirty traitor.
I hunt bigger.
Wrong button.
We were born for the hunt.
Yeah, no, obviously my planeswalkers are really good at the multiple threat, multiple everything. What I'm talking about is like turns 2, 3, and 4, and 5. I want a little bit more impact and oomph going on. I'm just reacting to this build right now. I'm not necessarily saying anything more than just a reaction. This would be a nice one to zap. I mean, there's things like blue gives access to all these really great cards. I mean, Hydroid Krasis, Arrow, Growth Spiral, and then also Agent of Treachery. Like, fuck, man. Well, that experience sure did suck. Can't even cast this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Looks like you weren't fit to survive.
Where's my land destruction deck? Where's the good land blow-ups? I mean, that's gonna hurt next turn, but it's okay. Play this out. I want to sack a land? Yeah, fuck yeah, I do.
Bodies in my way.
Where's our awesome land destruction? Where's our Fall of Thrawn? Where is it? Where is our haphazard bombardment? Star of Extinction was just a thing of absolute brilliance. What an incredible card. And Despy, you're an incredible cat. You're an incredible girl. Alright, the hell is happening here? Oh. So much card draw on Recycle Toad's deck, just so much. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that feels pretty cool. Maybe Rotting Regisaur. Rachel Avedano, Rotting Regisaur kind of screws us. Rotting Regisaur works really well. And who do I wish to kill now? I think I should just eat this guy. Rotting Regisaur works nice if we're trying to make like a really tiny deck. A tiny creature deck. So we like play out all of our cheap stuff, then we play a Rotting Regisaur, and it's a 7/6 with no downside. But I have like a lot of really expensive power cards. I've tried to run Rotting Regisaur in that kind of deck before, and I would describe it as I played one game, played the Regisaur on curve, and then immediately conceded. It felt like so bad. I mean, like, because I thought it would probably have some issues, but I was willing to give it a shot, and then I did it, and I was just like, oh, oh! Like, so shocked, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, really, this exploration is Golgari Super Friends. And what, holy crap, we've been playing for 90 minutes already? Dude, this game is so fun. This game is like, I swear to God, Ikoria is like the most fun I've had playing Magic in like years. No, maybe since Guild of Ravnica. Guild of Ravnica, I loved. Holy shit. Treacherous Blessing synergy with your Vraska. Yeah, that could be a thing. All right, well, we can take that one out. That's no problem. Okay, let's do Temple of Malady. Ooh. Maybe our deck's actually working fine. Now, I can, like, plus and draw and then play the Ugin and nuke the thing. But I think it's probably better if I just eat this. Fight this. And summon dog. I keep clicking in the middle. My brain has somehow conflated some past experience where I was like popping things by making the middle. I love this damn set so much, man. It's so fun. Ikoria is so fun. Day 9 proceeds to play a deck with 0 Ikoria cards. Yeah, I guess we have the Heartless Act. We have the Chonk to Extinction deck. Oh, it's a good dog. Let's put a stop here to fight. Do we have Skull Prophet? You back right off, guy. Back off, guy in the chat. Heartless Act is good, and the Extinction Event is quite good. Uh-oh, somebody just got X for knotted. Garuda is kind of a weird card, because Garuda is actually, like, bone-crushingly overpowering or trivial. Like, Alright, so we fight this, huh? Fight this, zap that, summon more dog. You play a Mori on 4 named Planeswalker and play the big ones on turn 5. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah, dude. Fight that one. I'm already starting to get some ideas for like a Golgari creature-based decks. We have some 1-drops. We can bring stuff back from the graveyard in some various ways. You fuck. That was a nice play. Can't believe you've done this. Honestly. That was a nice little play. What is coming up?
Curiosity and wonder drive civilization, not petty.
I'm actually gonna... Yeah, I guess I gotta kill this guy, huh?
Bathe in ghost fire.
Garruk is working it.
You cannot run.
I'm starting to imagine, like, maybe there's a Golgari baby creatures deck that we can actually do some real juicy stuff with. Hooray! He has 3. Hello and welcome to Cooking with Doug. Golgari aggro with Pellet Collector, actually, that could be something interesting. Because the thing is that we can curve out to New Vivian, which is really good. By the way, Party Bus CEO. Party Bus CEO. Hello and welcome. Party Bus, I was going to get food, like, right before the show started. I remember you left a message, and I literally can't remember what it was. But hello, Party Bus CEO. If you want the decks, right up in the top left of the screen, the extension for Cardboard Live, you should be able to both click on and copy without any need to touch your keyboard. Isn't that nice, tight, thick, solid? Surprise! I got an empty deck. Or an empty hand. I cannot believe our opponent conceded. That is, like, actually legitimately so sick. Cry the Carnarium and Ritual of Soot. Maybe we want the Ritual of Soot. I think the Extinction Event is going to be better. Noxious Graspos. Definitely one of these. My sideboard blows. What is going on in this sideboard? What the hell? God, this sideboarding plan is so terrible. The reason why it feels so terrible is, like, I just have too many redundant removal. I think I should only have, like... Maybe I just cut the Murderous Riders entirely. Oh my god. The hell do I cut here? Agonizing Remorse is good. Do I want Heartless Act here? I mean, it feels good. Guys, it's not about what do we add, it's about what do we cut. It's about what do we cut. Because, I mean, obviously, like, oh, Extinction Event, it hits stuff. I'm at 59 to 60 cards. What do we cut? What do we cut? What do we cut? What doesn't make sense here? Through this. Casualties seems too slow against Rep. Casualties is one of the best cards against this deck. Because, they have Nissa, so we can go creature, land, Nissa, and just get a whole bunch of stuff. Max Mischief. Dropping on in. This has been watching y'all since Wings of Liberty. Been laid off for 2 months, so I've been able to watch a bunch lately. And my unemployment just started to kick in, so I thought I'd share the love. Well, that's very thoughtful of you. And I mean... If you only want to drop by for 1 month and then start saving it all up, man, I fully support that. It is a lot of stress what a lot of people are going through. I mean, I feel like only just now am I beginning to acclimate to, like, being inside this much, but, like, God, man, it is, ugh. It is some tough times, for sure. Have you considered Death Sprout for this deck? Yeah, you know, I should run Death Sprout instead of running the Ramp Giants, huh? No, that's actually not good, because it only hits creatures. Ah, man, if that was, like, hit creature or planeswalker, that would be sick. Alright, let's take a peek. It's the Nissa.
The land will not
That one out. It's possible I should have said Nissa's fine. We need to kill the Hydroid Krasis. But here's my logic. Thought Erasure is going to come out. We're going to lose one of our cards. We have only gas. We have exclusively gas. This can deal with the Hydroid Krasis. If our opponent doesn't remove this, we can play Polukranos, which also deals with the Hydroid Krasis. Johnny Sparkle says, I had to cancel my wedding, which was this weekend. Also got hit with a collapsed lung and needed 3 bouts of surgery, so I've had to cocoon myself. God. Ugh. Yeah, I have some friends that had to cancel their wedding. Actually, no, 2 couples have had to rearrange their wedding plans. And that's some stress, man. Goodbye, sweet Vraska. Extinction Event actually seems legitimately incredible. Should I be main decking this? I mean, this is some goodums. This is some goodums. Oh my god, who says Paradise Druids are needed? Look at this. So I actually am, with this particular deck, I'm starting to realize the degree to which we're ramping is actually really helping for our ability to get any impact. 0 is even. Why Skull Prophet over Druids? Because it's new, and that's the only reason. That is literally the only reason, man. I'm not going to attack. I'm going to leave back the Polukranos, and I'm going to tap Skull Prophet at end of turn to fill the bin, so that way I can have more cards for exile. Why is 0 even? Because 0 can be represented as 2 times an integer. Yeah, the proper definition is a even number can be represented as 2 times an integer. Because if you say that it's between even and or between 2 odd numbers, that leaves some ambiguity. Because then the statement could be, well, how do you define what's an odd number? Oh, it's between 2 even numbers. You know, they can kind of wind up in that little circly dirkly do. Oh, I didn't want to attack with you, fuck. Zero prime? No. No, prime numbers. I believe that's because it's just definitionally. It's just not even defined as that. No! But that's what I wanted to do to you. Get in there, Pulakra pal. Definition of an odd number. An odd number can be represented as 2n plus 1. Where n is an integer. 0 and 1 are just, like, defined as this is not a prime. And I believe the logic behind defining primes as not 0 and not 1 is that it avoids a lot of stupid shit. Speaking of stupid shit, let's just hit the buttons. I hit the buttons correctly for once. Whew! Oh, my goodness. Wow, it really took some skill to be myself today. Oh. I'm gonna do some fiddling with this deck. Yeah, because I mean, like, if 1 is a prime, then you never end prime factorization. You just keep adding 1s, which kind of messes with the entire value of a prime factorization. Here comes Polukranos. He's a demon on wheels. Wow, speaking of Heartless, this guy, what a fuck. Alright, so now what I wish to do is, it would not surprise me if, what? Do I not have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, what? Oh, it was a bug that it wasn't showing up. I was like, what? I was like, what? I don't know, Ugin's what? What's the most interesting math fact that you know? Probably the most interesting math fact I know is that in real-world data sets, it is more likely for a number to begin with a 1 than it is for it to begin with a 2, and so on for 2 to 3, and 3 to 4, and 4 to 5, and 5 to 6. So the least likely number to show up as the first digit is 9. The most likely number to show up as the first digit is 1. Something called Benford's Law.
Your corpse will make it smelly, but effective.
Because a lot of people kind of have this intuition that, well, no, it should be equally likely that the first digit is any number, because that's kind of like what your intuition for what randomness means. Also, our opponent doesn't have enough blue to play this. Our opponent has enough blue to play this. But the statement of Benford's Law is there's no reason that any scale should be more significant than any other scale. In other words, tens versus hundreds versus thousands versus tens of thousands versus millions. You know, if you keep adding 0, you're increasing orders of magnitude. All orders of magnitude should be equally probabilistically reasonable. So there's multiple opportunities to cast this, so I'm just going to exile Odd. And so if you just look at the clustering of numbers with significant digits, or if you look at the clustering of numbers and ask what's their first digit, if you go to the number 1000, and then you go to the right of 1000, like, or excuse me, go, not to the right of 1000, go, you just look at the positive numbers relative to 1000. Fuck. The numbers that are greater than 1000. God, I don't know why my brain broke for a second. All those begin with a significant digit of 1 until you hit 2000. But if you go below the number 1000, you have 100 digits. Excuse me, 100 numbers that have 9 as the first digit, 100 numbers that have 8, and so on. So you can see that there's actually, clustered around the number 1000, more numbers that begin with 1 than there are that begin with 9, 8, 7, and so on. So I think the correct thing to do is to plus this, to play Garruk, and to nuke this.
Watch out.
What's the least interesting math fact that you know, asks Oh That Foggy. The least interesting math fact that I know. What really is the least interesting math fact? You got it, man. In Polukranos and fight. It's the least interesting math fact that I know. I am quite surprised that we won that. But I now need to spend some time thinking a little bit about this Fiddly Bits deck. I think I don't actually need this one. I think I'd rather have the Assassin's Trophy. Extinction Event. Pulling some weight, huh? Do you even play? Are you gifting me 5 every time I win a game? Is this happening every single time? We're running 26ers. Is 0 even? Yes, 0 is even. As an evenest number. That's maybe that's most least interesting fact is 0 is even. Oh. Garuda would suck here. What's just like a good black or green card that is not just like a simple remove one thing? Heard of Terrence Howard's 1 × 1 = 2 argument? No? What kind of argument is that? I don't think that's an argument at all. The Questing Beast might be legit. It feels weird to just run 2 of them. Massacre Girl. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very good one. Massacre. Do I want 1 or 2? Actually, 2 seems pretty good. That's a great choice, because then this becomes a very logical cut. We have some distributed types of removally doobly doos. Yeah, I don't actually think that 1 × 1 = 2 is like an argument. I think that that's like that would be like misunderstanding of definitions almost. Terrence Howard says, "This is the proof to the world of science and mathematics that 1 × 1 = 2. Oh, this is going to be weird. All right. Let's see. 1 × 1 = 1. All right. What? Yeah, I don't even... I actually don't even think that... Like, 1 sentence in, and it's just like, by associativity, 3 = 2. What? Yeah. I mean, like, the instant I got to the associative cumulative rules, laws, whatever. Alright. Yeah, I mean, there's sort of like a weird thing that I think some people, like, when it comes to math, misunderstand the difference between a definition and a tool and cold, hard truth and consequences from assumptions. Like, all this stuff just gets sort of mixy-dixied all together into just being this, like, kind of weird, just like, oh, fucking found new realities and stuff, you know. Like, mathematically, for instance, 1 divided by 0, we have chosen to call undefined. We've chosen to call that. You can define 1 divided by 0 as being a new symbol and just keep going. You can just define that and follow along. And I remember when I was in college, someone was like, someone proved that you can divide 1 by, you can divide something by 0. You can do that. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, he just defined it as a symbol, you know, like. Alright, so this is Bant Ramp. Bant Ramp, Bant Ramp. And then I'll just mill myself at the end of the turn and think that I'm awesome for not running this probably superior card. Alright, are we going to see a land Nissa or something? I don't know. The Native Legend says, do you have a simple explanation why we can't divide by 0 mathematically? It's less that we cannot do it, and if you do that, then you have broken a fundamental law or some such thing. I'm actually just going to take the billion. It's less that, like, no, it just doesn't do it. It's just like, according to the definition of things, this is just how it works. So we'll lose 3, and we'll have a 3/3. So, I mean, we're up against some kind of Rampus Bampusy deck. I'm going to hold this back, and I'm going to swing in like this. Our opponent will unlikely block. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just more or less. Okay, that is a good outcome. So this, what do we think about this? I play this, we kill a creature. And we keep on keeping on, something like this. I don't really care about that. Ah, fuck. Oh, God. Here's a question. Sean, what do you think is the most misunderstood concept in math? Anything to do with probabilities. I mean, that just... people just... people trust their intuitions, and they shouldn't. And then when it comes to probabilistic arguments, people just start to fuck up. Like, I mean, here's one that every time I say, people think I'm saying a trick question, or they're like, but you're wording it wrong, and I'm actually not wording it wrong. Let's assume that if you have a child, there's a 50% chance of it being a boy, or 50% chance of it being a girl. And here's the problem. I have 2 kids. One of them's a girl. What's the probability the other is a girl? I'm just doing this because... I have 2 kids. One's a girl. What's the probability the other one is a girl? The answer is 1/3. The answer is 1/3. It is neither 50% nor 25%. It is 1/3. And your intuition says, it's 50-50. It shouldn't matter because it's the... blah, blah. And... it is the difference between dependent events, independent events, and conditional probability. They are independent events. If you have 2 kids, if the first kid I have is a girl and I'm about to have kid 2, that's a 50% chance because those are independent events. But when you say, I have 2 kids, one of them's a girl, you don't know if it's the first, you don't know if it's the second. So you're actually making a statement about both of the kids. One of them is a girl. Could be the first kid is a girl, could be the second one is a girl. It's probably the other one is a girl. And that is the math problem that you can sit down with someone and say, here is the answer. And they will go, no, it's not. So the big thing that I'm providing is... the big thing that I'm providing is information about both kids. Now, once I've done that, it's still very weird, based upon intuition, that it winds up being 1/3. So even though I am wording it correctly, I recognize that it's easy to hear something different than what I'm saying. But even so, once it's been cleared up, it still winds up being kind of a doozy. What is going on here? And it's funny because the explanation is actually quite simple. But when it is said, it just feels so weird. I can't believe how good Polukranos has been. The answer is, there's 4 possibilities when you have those 2 equal events. Right? Boy, boy, girl, girl, boy, girl, girl, boy. These are the 4 possibilities. If I say one of them is a girl, you cross out boy, boy. So now you have girl, girl, boy, girl, girl, boy. There's only one that has both of them out of 3 total possibilities. 1 out of 3, the end. And it's like when you say that, it feels like someone's fucking with you. You're like, it's not it. Okay, so our opponent is doing quite some rampiness. I think I don't want the Cry of Carnariums. That doesn't seem good. I actually think I don't want the Massacre Girls. I think I do want the Extinction Events. Do I want 4 Extinction Events? Girl, boy, and boy, girl are different things? Yes. Yes. That's another thing where people are like, those aren't different things. And they are. Messes with your intuition. It hurts. It stings. Does that mean the 50-50 thing at the beginning was irrelevant? No, it was relevant because it's what makes these 4 possibilities equal. Boy, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. Boy, boy, girl, girl, boy, girl, girl, boy. Kyle says, it depends on whether or not you care about order, because if you care whether the girl was born first, then it is 1 out of 4. I know what you're going for. It's not quite worded as precisely as someone working on it as like a math proof would want to like really harp on the specific little bits. One sec. Let me... What even is our opponent? I don't see any Planeswalkers, but there's got to be Planeswalkers if it's a ramp deck. I actually think I'm going to get rid of these Ritual of Soot. They don't actually seem like they're going to be that useful. These seem like they're going to be useful. Ah! But anyways, let me just say, see? It's the most confusing question. It's the most confusing. And I was totally correct in stating that I do think that that is the one that's the most confusing one. Because the way I would word it more precisely is that if I said the first one is a girl, we're about to have another kid, here comes kid 2, what's the probability it's a girl? If I said it like that, I am specifically stating an ordering. If I am not making any comment about the ordering, you still must understand that boy, girl, and girl, boy are 2 different things. You must still understand that. And whether or not you strictly define that as an ordering Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, what do we want to do here? I think I want to get rid of the Thassadoor. This is kind of like the Monty Hall problem. Yeah, it has some similarities to Monty Hall. Didn't I just exile you? You bastard. Alright, let's ramp. Probably a green. The Monty Hall problem also ruins people. Just absolutely ruins them. Do you know the 3n+1 conjecture? I do. That's a fascinating little one. Okay, so what do I wish to do? Probably the Temple of Malady. Oh, shit! Meant to get rid of it. No! Get thee gone. Yeah, and for any of you who are struggling with, like, just feeling... I'm going to describe it as, like, feeling comfy with it. I don't know another way to describe it, but, like, sometimes you just hear something and you're like, yeah, that clicks. Yeah, that's nice. If you feel this sort of like, what? That's actually very normal. I actually was very fortunate that at Harvey Mudd, that literally was, like, the class. That was just the class that we did. Or the class that we had, and it just kind of hammered a lot of this stuff into us. Really? You want to let this one resolve, huh? You don't want to let this one out. Is that right? Am I understanding this correctly? No way. Holy crap. What? What? This person. Oh my god, how did he know? Well, this stinkers a little bit, but at least I have an answer. I'm going to destroy a creature, a land, a planeswalker, and an enchantment. There's the creature. I'm going to destroy this enchantment, even though it's indestructible, just to really show him who's boss.
I'm done with you.
Our opponent clearly was scrying. It's not fair. I mean, like, I have not been paying the most attention, because our turns have been relatively straightforward. Alright. Could have removed 2 mana sources. I did remove 2 mana sources. I mean, I killed the thing that it was attached to, so that's 2 mana sources down. Everything looked correct from this end. Certainly say this is guess who's on the phone with Comcast today? This guy. But it doesn't establish Thassa dominance, that's true. In both situations, we would destroy 2 mana sources. We either destroy the land and the enchantment drops off, and that's 2 right there, or we destroy the enchantment, killing 1, and destroy a different land, which kills 1. No! Decline! Ah! I'm gonna have to block with my dogs. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Blue getting access to Agent Treachery is just, like, real good. Well, I mean, I think an Extinction Event makes sense. Let's kill the evens. This guy doesn't die because it's not a creature. Zeros even. How did I emote even? Do you remember that? When I was playing and it was like declare a creature type and my opponent declared human and I literally went, how did he emote human? Because it like shows up right there. Oh god, it was so funny. You know, I thought that I would only have 2. That's fine. Let's go to sideboarding. I mean, I think this is fine. My opponent doesn't really have that many non-lands, so Thought Distortion is not the best. I don't even know if I want 2 Noxious Grasps, to be honest. My sideboard is like real dumb looking. I do not like this looking sideboard, man. I don't know if we want Duress. There's just not that many non-creatures in our opponent's deck. Yuck. Ooh, God, it's so close. Oh my god, it's not close at all. Alright. We have cards. Value. Let's go for max flexibility, huh? Crack for green. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think that this deck is... Maybe the deck is actually still okay, but it still feels not quite proactive enough. Welcome to the party! Bang! Index's thoughts on putting in the Sultai Triome in place of the Jungle Hollows. You can cycle them later and they still come into play tapped. That might be really reasonable. Might actually be quite raisonnable. Crack for green, yeah. All your cards are even. All our cards are not even. Oh, that just sucks. These cards are a real pain in the ass to deal with. I thought that I might be dying too quickly, so I was like, hey, maybe 1 life's good. But yeah, I think putting in 2 Triomes is pretty smart. I'm a little confused by our opponent's deck. That's okay. I didn't draw. I'm dumb. It's like why I'm doing that. Fiend Artisan is not good in our deck. We have almost no creatures, so it would be pretty useless. However, I do think that there's something like a cheap Golgari deck that maybe makes sense. this actually works out very, 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 very nicely. So let's make our opponent discard a card first. Nice. Opponent then doesn't draw. Hello. Goodbye, my noble friend. See, this is again why I feel like I want to be Sultai, right? I can use Growth Spirals to not even have a creature out. Let's take a peek at what's coming up in life. Was it worth trading for a random card, though? I think so. That's why I did it. That's why I did it. Didn't happen by accident, baby. I'll just get cracked for a billion next turn. Yeah, there's something interesting here, because Golgari cards are just generally pretty good. Nice. Okay. I'm going to begin to run a little bit low on the landies, and that's okay. No, you can't do that. No. All right. All right. Land, turn, creature. Creature. Enchantment. Fuck you, Thassa. What now? I wonder why I shocked it in, huh? Ugh. E2 Extinction feels like it would actually be pretty good in the side. Some of the extinction-based things feel pretty good. Alright. Did my opponent not have double blue last turn? I thought my opponent did have double blue. Now the shotgun makes sense. Really? Well, I don't think I have anything to worry about on my side. Oh, there's a Dream Trawler. That does definitely suck. Well, now I'd love to get an Extinction Event, you know? Oh my god, not Jake. I completely forgot about Mystic Repeal. That's a great idea. Be gone! So this is a cute little Gihan timing, as it were. Which is, if my opponent chose to attack the Vraska, maybe I might want to wait a turn. Maybe I might want to wait, see if I can get an Extinction Event, because if Thassa is a creature, then Extinction Event exiles her. However, if my opponent attacks me directly, then I have to kill the other bastard. Well, don't we wish this was a Triome, huh?
It was probably going to die anyway.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. There is something really compelling about running black for Extinction Event. I mean, that's like really cool. Makes me even want to consider, like, hey, maybe instead of Ritual of Soot, Extinction Event, you know? Like a Dimir deck. It's really interesting. Extinction Event only hits creatures. That's exactly what I was talking about, Syncopator. I was saying that if we let, if our opponent attacks this, we don't die, so this stays as a creature, so Extinction Event hits this. However, if our opponent chooses to attack us, then we have to, in response, kill the Gyruda so we don't die, which is disappointing, because then we can't hit it with Extinction Event. And also, E to Extinction is another card that I actually think would be beneficial in this sideboard. I mean, Golgari actually just has a lot of good stuff. Polukranos helps. Let's do this and tap and chew through it real fast.
Its pain is our pain.
Polukranos, oof, you love to see it. I will do it in the following order then. I was trying to see if there was an opportunity for me to be able to play this, target the Dream Trawler, it goes hexproof, discards a card. I then can replay again the fight effect or something like this and cause double discard. Things like that are actually very strong. I have no idea if we're winning or whether we're way behind or who knows. Why not Extinction now, Hydra after? Because if I use Polukranos as target, the Dream Trawler will die. Our opponent doesn't know that we have an Extinction Event in hand, so because the Dream Trawler will die, our opponent will, in response, make the Dream Trawler hexproof. Oh, fuck yeah. And then we can target it again, make it hexproof again, and each time our opponent makes it hexproof, they have to discard a card. So it's a way for us to get potential card advantage. I think I needed to play that. Shock it in. Shock it up, shock it in. Let me begin. Yeah, it's fine. It's a good-looking card, if you ask me. This is why I like Vraska 3. If you draw her late, you can just draw with her, and it's nice. 2 bottom. Love to see that.
My army will rise and
So this
shine.
seems a bit like Bant good stuff. Thassa, Agent of Treachery, Gyruda, Dream Trawler. 1 top, 1 bottom? Uh-oh. You don't like to see that one. It's not a good collection of mana available, though, so it's quite nice. It's quite nice. Okay. It's me, Ugin! So now we're gonna see what's getting put on the top here. I guess this gets tapped, and that's okay. It's fine.
Of the multiverse obeys me.
Sacrifices must.
The way that we are definitely going to win this is through card advantage.
Waste not, want not.
It's a good one to have. Okay.
Good help is easy
Okay.
to find in war.
Okay. You hate to see that. Glad I left this one on top, though. Oh, shit. I forget about this. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more permanents, you don't own, draw 3 cards. Block. Well, you hate to see it. So we need this to not -9, so the way to do that is to play this. Alright. Fuck. Yeah, I mean, this is, I think, consistently an issue with, like, not running some sort of enchantment exile effect. I think that if I see Thassa, I think I need to, let's see here. This sideboard plan is really clunky and clumsy. I don't even think I need that many Assassin's Trophies. I do love that card, though. I don't think I need this Disfigure. Mystic Repeal does feel like a really nice, cheap tool to have in here. I love that suggestion. So, trial. I like Farrakha's Libation. Well, the thing that's nice about Mystic Repeal is it's 1 mana. It's 1 mana and it's, in a sense, stronger because it doesn't even go to the graveyard. Is there a reason you never use card sleeves? I don't really have a... I don't really care much for doing... I don't know. I don't care that much. Okay, so let's see here. What's the purpose of the Ugin? It destroys any permanent. Just a nice little permanent destruction. What's a good card? What's any card? Any good card? What is the... Command the Dreadhorde. Huh. I'd forgotten about that card. What does Karuga do? Oh, this guy? Oh, come on, man. What's something in this little area? You know what? I hate that deck. And I love this card. All right, cool. That's we did it. We figured it out. We figured out the maneuver. Actually, I don't know. Command the Dreadhorde does actually sound like a reasonable thing to do. No, maybe that's too greedy. This is secretly here. Yeah, Command the Dreadhorde and Bolas the Citadel, the life gain issues are very apparent. They're very apparent. Whatever, Assassin's Trophy, get in there. Boom, love this card. Pow, you love to see it. Okay, so I'm gonna put the okay on that one, and now let's do Golgari Creatureage. Yeah, because this is where Fiend Artisan. Yeah. Oh, you get +1/+1 for each creature in the graveyard. Yeah, and then we have the Glow Spore Shaman that puts things in the graveyard, and we have the Death Prophet, Death guy, Murder Face Man. Where are you? Skull Prophet, yeah. Then Chevelle, yeah. Mire Triton as well, maybe, yeah. Maybe we don't even want the Skull Prophet. Maybe we don't want Ramp in this deck. That actually feels better. Then I can put in Chevelle the Bane, and then the Scorpion, we can put some of that in there. Get me off gold. Bam, 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 bam. Hey. Do You Even Play gave us 5 subs just because we finished a Golgari Super Friends deck. You love to see that. Thanks, Do You Even Play. Whopper Bopper with 5 subs to a total of 15 Aroni. Thank you kindly, Whopper Bopper. It's very good to see you, you sweet old slopper. Dirge Bat. What does Dirge Bat do again? Probably not. Polak. How do you spell that guy, man? How do you spell Polukranos? Polukranos. I've been misreading this whole time. I thought the U and the A were swapped. Whoopsie doopsie daisies. Yeah, Polukranos. The Unchained. Yeah. So I kind of want a lot of stuff, a lot of action down at the low end. Death something. Call of the Death. Call of the Death Dweller. Yeah. A pair of those seem good. Let's just Golgari good stuff, man. What are some of the goods? Assassin's Trophy, you love to see that. This deck would be ripe for like 2 of those. Just get stuff out of the way. Is there anything good in this damn archetype? I mean, do I really want to be returning things to the hand? Maybe we want Underrealm Lich in there for sure. Maybe we do want this. Back for More is our really fun reanimation spell. That's expensive at 7, man. That's expensive at 7. His only Thousand Knight is expensive, man. Probably looking at 25 land if we're going higher up the curve. Where's just a little cheap, efficient... What are good 1-mana creatures? What are good 1-mana creatures? Yeah, maybe Knight of the Ebon Legion is just great. Maybe that's just what we want. Maybe Gutterbones is actually more fine. Because if we're filling up the graveyard with stuff... Molder Hulk. Molder Hulk. Midnight Reaper, though? Yeah, maybe. Midnight Reaper, yeah. I need ways to actually kill stuff, though. Yeah, maybe actually just... no, I think the... Black Cavalier seems nice. Kill stuff, bring stuff back. Funnily enough, the card that I like least here is the Molder Hulk. I feel like if we cut this, we could actually put in like cooler things. I think just getting out a 6/6 early doesn't feel excellent. What's that black card that kills stuff really good? It's like Murder Your Face or like Slash the Heart or something. What's the 2-mana? Kill a dude or remove 3 counters. Heartless Act. Thank you. Heartless Act. See you later. Oh, I forgot. I'm dumb. Vivian, Monsters Advocate. I want a couple of these. Is this really what I want? Do I want this Call of the Death Dweller? Do I really want this? Or do I want more Vivians? Or does this feel like it's a little bit better with Vivian? Add another one of those. Seems okay. Doesn't seem incredible, but seems like it is a start to a thing. Doesn't Polukranos' escape cost hurt Fiend Artisan? Yeah, I guess that's true. If I just removed this and then, like, bumped this up or something. I don't know. This doesn't even actually seem very good. Whatever. Let's put in another one of these and let's do our mana base and let's call it a day. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it an Overgrown Tomb? Oh, dude, I'm sick at names, man. Oh, I'm sick. Yeah, what is Brockos's? So if it's in my hand, I can never cast it. I don't know if this deck even wants to run a Temple of Malady. It probably does. Maybe like 2 of these. Can still mutate from the hand. Oh, of course. Of course. Let's put him in. BioQuartz Space Godzilla. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna leave that name in. And I will craft. Let's burn some wild cards on nonsense. Alright, our deck suddenly became expensive, but who cares? This is awesome. BioQuartz Space Godzilla, formerly Brockos Apex of Forever, but that's fine. This is not a recommended deck. I don't think any of you should do this. It is not for the faint of heart. Well, dude, I did it. Look at this. Hey, Jeff. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm pretty proud of having a deck that doesn't do a lot, but it does cause a lot of feelings. Nightmare Shepherd. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of weird. I'm not even sure what the purpose of this deck is. I don't know what it is or is not. But I thought to myself, hey, let's give it a shot. What up, Cheville, baby? This Toasty. This is kind of like a Golgari, sort of do stuff with the graveyard. All right. It's a 1/1. Good. Now, we do have the Golgari colors. Or, excuse me, the Grixis colors. This immediately gives me some concern. Well, can't stop Cheville. Yeah, you thought you had enough of this animation, huh? Let me see your 1-2 step, Andy 2-step. Look. Alright. Let's get that on there. That's good. Let's play our little glow spore friend. Doink, doink. Let's get in there. This guy has death touch. It's pretty sweet, huh? Dang it! Damn it! I think Cheville totally blows. I think that what I've done is I've assembled a deck that does not do anything successful, positive, or helpful. For us or for anyone. I would maybe even go so far as to describe this deck as maybe just bad for the world. You know, Cheville is probably gonna just be... probably gonna be... not attacking. This was maybe a dumb attack. You know what I mean? Well, if there's one thing in life that I would love to see, it's a swamp. Now, to be thematically consistent... Oh, it doesn't place another bounty. The bounty only goes on one. Oh, man. Oh, man. Shit. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'll sacrifice this. And then I'll get him. I thought it kept placing bounties. There it is, gaining life. Ba 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 boom. I can't wait until the start of my next turn when I get to do another bounty counter. What a limited card. Man, I hope I get Bio Godzilla soon. That might help me. Look at this no new cards deck over here, huh? I don't even want to run this deck anymore, and I signed up. Is this a best of 3? Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I'm just gonna do something that's actually healthy for me. I'm gonna stretch this leg. Alright. Oh my God, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get the hell out. Change of plans. Change of plans. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna delete this deck. That's what we're gonna do. God, don't you just feel better already? Don't you just feel way better already? Oh, God. What we're gonna do now... Let me see if I can find this list. You know what? You know what? Let's go to Jeff Hoagland's website. Did Jeff run one? Oh. This is so good. This is it. This is the deck. This is the deck. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. This is an interesting one. Let's export to Arena. Copy to clipboard. Oh, Glenn's Winota pile. I'm sure it's better than a pile. Oh, craft all, yes, please. I'd be delighted to. So let me give you the gist of the deck, okay? The gist of the deck. Wow, you're running 4 Chandras. Wowie, wowie, zowie. So automatically when you look at this, there's a lot of double red. There's a little bit of blue, and we see indeed in the land there's a little bit of blue here. 1 blue temple, but then we have all the shock lands. We have 4 Triomes and a trio of Fabled Passage. It's pretty typical looking mana base. We're going to be running 26. Here's the gist. Look at Winota. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a human card from among them onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Put the rest of the cards on the bottom in a random order. Did you know that the Agent of Treachery is a human? So if I say have Chandra and I attack with 2 elementals, and I have a Winota out, I can just, like, summon up a pair of Agents of Treacheries. Ooh, yeah. And this, exile a creature card you control, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card with higher converted mana cost. Put it onto the big old battlefield. Oh, yeah. So it means if you -2 this Luca, we actually got owned by Luca previously because someone was running Godzilla, and they only had, like, 4 mana creatures and Godzilla, so they just exiled their 4 mana creature and guaranteed get a Godzilla. Instead of getting a Godzilla here, if we exile Elite Guard Mage, if we exile Winota, we always get an Agent of Treachery anyways. So that is the gist of the deck. This is why we have Raised the Alarm and Legion War Bosses. These are white soldier tokens. These are not humans, even though they clearly are humans. They're not humans. These are not humans. That, you might think, is a human woman. It's not. That's a soldier. So this deck is gross. This deck is gas. But you're wonderful. And we're going to hurt some people with an actual good construction. Let's take a peek at the sideboard. Red Cat Melee, Aether Gust, Disdainful Stroke for some of the matchups that are a little bit more obnoxious. Yeah, Mystic Dispute. What's a Cub Warden do? This is a very cute little anti-aggro tool. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, that's like so sick. I have no idea how to sideboard this, and I'm sure Jeff will explain it to me